The diplomatic crisis in the Gulf Arab states is escalating. Qatar has missed the deadline to reconcile to the demands of Saudi Arabia and end the blockade, and U.S. President Donald Trump appears to be giving his support to the Saudis. LTV correspondent Max Keisler has more now. Max, what should Israel be doing in this situation?
That's a difficult question. Israel doesn't really have diplomatic or trade ties with any of the countries involved in this scuffle. And while they do have some shared interests with Saudi Arabia while it comes to Qatar, any perception that the Jewish state was really taking a side here could just create difficulties.
Now, what could it mean for Israel if there is a diplomatic break in the Gulf?
Well, we're already seeing Qatar and Turkey become much closer, and also some alignment between Iran and Turkey when it comes to the Kurdish question. It's like we're seeing the formation of a power bloc here, and honestly, one that's quite hostile to Israel. On the other hand, this could create opportunities with the Arab states in the same way the Iranian threat has. Let's take a closer look.
Since June 5th, Qatar's airspace and ports have been blockaded, and its only land border with Saudi Arabia has been sealed off. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt, and Iran have issued a list of demands for Qatar to restore relations with its neighbors. They expect the country to shut down Al Jazeera, scale down its ties with Iran, and stop supporting the Muslim Brotherhood and Hezbollah. The first deadline to respond passed yesterday, and Qatar is remaining bellicose, saying it doesn't fear military action. With hundreds of Turkish troops stationed in Qatar, they may well have powerful allies in the event of war.
There is no fear from whatever action it's been taken. Qatar is prepared to face whatever consequences it is. But as I have mentioned to you that there is an international law which should not be violated, and there is a border which should not be crossed. And these countries and Qatar is in a region which is considered a center of stability in a turbulence region. So there is, I think, enough wisdom in avoiding such an irresponsible action against Qatar or against any country.
U.S. President Donald Trump has spoken with the leaders of Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and Qatar, and he's reiterating the importance of stopping terrorist financing and discrediting extremist ideology, according to a White House press release. For Israel, the further isolation of an Iranian ally and Hamas patron could advance its security position, but it's unlikely the Jewish state will get involved in this conflict. Qatar is expected to deliver a formal response to the Arab state's demands tomorrow.